Life is full of such strange phenomenon, like ghosts, Bigfoot, cryptids, shadow people, aliens, and people that sleep on a Nicolas Cage pillowcase every night. Yes, that is a real thing. But I find reading stories of people having these experiences more intriguing than most feature-length movies. Hi, I'm jacobwilhellm, and if you are like me and enjoy browsing the dark and mysterious subreddits, the paranormal, or are just some crazy person with nowhere to go tonight, then this show is for you. All of these stories come from viewers just like you, with added music, sound effects, and illustrations. I've got an excellent tale for you this week, so welcome to Keeping Watch. Let's begin. Aquaphobia is a term referring to an irrational fear of water. People with aquaphobia conjure up images of dying in water, drowning, gasping for breath, or encountering eerie, unseen things such as sharks, eels, snakes, carnivorous reptiles, and all manner of nefarious creatures hidden amongst the dark depths. Man has always had a fear of the ambiguous, of the unknown, in our many bodies of water. So, is this fear irrational? Reddit user Immediatewhaffle would disagree after what happened in Something Weird in the Water. This was a watershed moment in my youth and life, though I didn't know it at the time. I'll preface by saying I'm not sure if it was coincidence, or paranormal, or maybe divine providence. I don't know, but it was something. So, without further ado, I'm just going to tell it how I remember from my perspective. The dialogue is the best I can remember. A gist, if you will. Let me know what you think, or don't think, I guess. When I was 11 years old, my Little League baseball team went on a 4-day camping trip during the season as a sort of fun team-building excursion. So, whatever, we drive like maybe 2 to 3 hours to a pretty standard campground in southern New England. There are maybe a handful of adults, including my father, who was helping out as a coach, then about 16 boys aging from 10 to 12. Anyway, the weekend was a total washout. The first day and night were beautiful. After that, it was a damn monsoon for 3 days. The parents made us stay because it was character building, but really, the dads just wanted to drink brews without their wives. The third afternoon, everyone is miserable. I had the worst crotch rot you could imagine because of the wetness. I didn't even want to walk, let alone run around. Nobody wanted to do anything, but the campground had a huge lake we hadn't gone in because of the weather. Even though it was raining like hell, we had all wanted to swim in it because it was still humid and warm, and swimming in the rain is way less miserable than sitting in the rain. So like I said, huge lake, swimming areas roped off with buoys at both ends, and at the deepest part of each swimming area, there was floating docks to jump off. Obviously, being competitive boys, we decided to swim to the far dock and back, even though you're not supposed to. We had no idea how deep this lake was. We also didn't know how far away the docks were, but quite far for kids, I thought. Well, whatever, you'll be fine. You can float and conserve energy if needed. So we're all pretty pumped to go, except for one kid. He was your typically scrawny nerd with glasses. He probably only played baseball because his dad made him, but he stunk at all things athletic. Anyway, we all loved him and called him the Professor because he was a walking encyclopedia. He tells us he can't swim well but doesn't want to get left behind. I was only 11, but I was always big for my age, and my parents made me learn early, so I was a strong swimmer. Everyone wanted to race, but I told the professor, "Nah, screw these guys. I'll stay with you the whole time. We'll go slow. No big deal." So everyone takes off and swims away to the other end. By the time we get halfway, they're already headed back to the shore. I didn't want to push my luck, so I just told the professor, "Let's just go back with them. Who cares?" But nope, he gets stubborn, and he wants to go all the way. Whatever. He's doing okay, even though he's slow and I'm bobbing up and down, doing flips and backstrokes, taking it easy. So finally, we get to the other dog, and I boost him up and make him rest because there is no shot he's making the swim back without resting. Meanwhile, all our teammates are back at the other end taunting us, calling us wussies and whatnot. So, Professor is rushing me to get back. Okay, so we push on, but I notice he is struggling hard on the way back, and he's refusing my help. I was starting to get annoyed, so I swam out ahead of him just a little bit. We're about a third of the way back, and all of a sudden, the professor yells behind me. Hunter! Hunter! Come back! I'm stuck! I'm stuck! I don't even look back. Dude, I just swam there, we're in a lake, cut the crap. Like I said, I was losing my patience with him. I swear my left leg is stuck. I can't move. You gotta come back. It's just weeds, dude. Pull them off and let's go. I'm not coming back. I kinda glance back finally, and I see him trying to pull up his leg, and I'm still not concerned. In a flash, his whole body submerges quickly, and he bounces back up. Something's freaking got me. I can't move. Come back. Seriously, help. Bam. He dunks under the water and pops up again. Okay, now I'm really done with his stupid act. Freaking stop, man. It's not funny. Let's go. He goes under again, but this time it lasts a little longer. He comes back up screaming bloody murder. I'm still skeptical, but his face is sheer panic, and I'm like, crap, maybe he is drowning. I swim back to him as fast as I can, but he goes under again and doesn't come up. I dove down where I saw him last. I find him and start hauling him up. I couldn't let him drown. He weighs a ton, and I can barely get him back to the surface, and he is struggling hard. I finally get him up, and his face is pure terror at this point. Get it off me! It's pulling me down! Get it off! I was just down there. Nothing got you. You're just tired. I'll pull you back. I'm pulling this little kid as hard as I can, and we're not moving. We're both getting really tired, and I know something is wrong. By the time the other kids noticed something was happening, I'm screaming for them to get to the parents. He's drowning. Nobody moves. They all think we're messing around. I start screaming at them like I've never screamed before. Finally, they realize I'm serious. 2 kids take off, sprinting towards the camp, maybe a mile away. Professor is struggling to stay above water, and even with me pulling him up, I can literally feel his body jerking towards the bottom. At first I thought maybe seaweed or a branch. Now I'm like, what is this? Some kind of snake? Eel? Some kind of freshwater octopus I'd never heard about? My 11-year-old brain is racing, thinking of mermaids and swamp things. I reach my panic limit, and I'm like, I gotta go back and get help. I just wanted to get out of there, get away from whatever the heck this thing is. He grabs me like I've never been grabbed before. Like I'm talking savage strength from this little scrawny type of kid. Yeah, you can't leave me. I will die. You will kill me. Get it off. Don't leave me. It's pouring. We're in a murky lake. I couldn't even see a foot down in the water. I do not want to go under and find out what has him. The gravity of what was happening hit me like a damn freight train. This kid is going to die. Literally die. It is my fault. I have to do something. I'm hyperventilating and losing my nerve by the second. I summon all the courage I have and dive down to his feet, not wanting to know what was there. There is nothing there. No weeds, no animals, nothing but water. I grab his left leg and I'm pulling with everything I got. I cannot move him an inch. There is no way he can be holding it this still on his own. This is absolutely messed up. I start just thrashing everywhere, thinking if something has him that I can't see, maybe I can scare it away. I'm trying to keep him afloat. Dive down, pull him free, come back up for air, go back down. At this point, I was exhausted, and I think I'm going to drown too. Where's my dad? Or his dad? I go under one more time, just pull with my last energy, and all of a sudden, he's loose. Whatever it was let go. He grabs me around my neck so I can barely breathe. I'm like, do not let go because I am not stopping. I swam back to the other beach like Michael Phelps on PCP. Of course, just as we get back, the parents are running up the hill to the beach. I'm too exhausted to talk. He's freaking catatonic. His dad is screaming at me that I tried to kill his kid. He's standing over me yelling, and I swear he's about to hit me because neither I or his son can talk or tell him what's going on. My dad came out of nowhere, and I kid you not, slaps this guy so hard and knocks him right back onto his butt. Get the heck off my kid. What is wrong with you? They're friends. Finally, Professor caught his breath and says, he saved me. Something got me, was pulling me down. He stayed with me. He got it off. He saved me. He wouldn't leave. Now everybody is looking at me. What the heck was it that you got off him? I can still barely talk. I don't know. I don't know. He was stuck. It was nothing. Well, it was something, but there was nothing down there. We couldn't move. I don't know. Meanwhile, Professor has a giant bruise on his left ankle. So swollen it looks broken. We're just looking at each other, like nobody else can possibly understand what just happened, or what the terror felt like. Finally, it stops raining, and everyone is calming down. We go back to the camp. Everyone is saying I'm a hero, but I don't want to talk about it, or talk to anyone. Something was just wrong, you know? Professor won't come out of the camper. My dad tried a couple times to talk to me, but could tell I was still messed up from it all and left me alone. The next morning, we packed up our stuff, happy to leave and start driving out. As we drive by the lake, we see cop cars, ambulances, divers, the whole 9 yards. My dad pulls up. What's going on? The girl went missing yesterday morning. We just found her body in the lake. Apparently, she was a competitive swimmer. She was just doing her morning laps, and then nobody knew where she went. It was a big campground, so her parents figured she was off with friends. When she never showed up for her dinner, the search started. They found her body at the bottom of the lake. There was an old fishing boat that sank. She found it and was fooling around investigating. She got caught on some kind of rigging, panicked, and drowned. Hours before we ever went to the lake. I and the professor just start bawling uncontrollably in the back seat. It just hit us. Everything made sense, and we just knew. I kind of talked to my parents about it after, but I was 11, so it sounded crazy. I hated thinking about it, let alone talking about it. Flash forward 16 years. Professor has never gone in another natural body of water in his life. I ended up becoming a lifeguard, and then joining the Coast Guard when I could. Everybody kinda knew why, so it kinda shaped my life. We went to different schools after that, but years later, I ran into him at a bar crawl, and we finally talked about it. It's more like a prologue than anything, but I can add it if anyone cares. It was kind of like closure for us both. And here we are. You made it through the watch. What a great true story. Thank you for sharing it. If you have a story you would like to share and have illustrated, send it my way. Stories can be sent to my email at jacobwilhellm@gmail.com. If you like what you see and want more episodes, like and subscribe. For all the latest updates of Keeping Watch, check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all under the same name, Keeping Watch. For first-hand accounts of the peculiar or the paranormal, keep it here. Thanks for keeping watch with us.